talking about alcohol today. Alcohol is another thing that with social media, about 3 years ago, I also re-quit, right? Like I had kind of quit before for a period of time and then gone back to it. So, oh man, my relationship with alcohol. I had a lot of fun in college. I had a lot of fun. I still don't call myself, like I don't consider myself an alcoholic. You know, I was able to have one drink at a time or whatever. But when I did drink more than a few, you know, I would start acting ridiculous. I would do embarrassing things. I would get naked and throw bread at someone. I would fall through roofs and have to go to the hospital. I would end up in jail a couple times, right? So these are probably signs that maybe alcohol isn't working for me. And the moment that clicked for me was when I was in a DUI class, because I had gotten a DUI when I was 21, I think, and I was sitting in the DUI class, and we all had to go around and like kind of tell our DUI story, right? And I was like, I'm Alexis, I blew a .2, blah, blah, blah. This is my first DUI. So everyone goes around and they kind of tell their story, and every single person around me was on their second, third, fourth DUI, right? So I remember sitting there and being like, oh my God, if I'm in this room with all these people, if I keep drinking, I will be in this room again, but I will be in their seat. I'll be on my second DUI or my third DUI. And something clicked for me that told me, you know, like this, no, not anymore. And, you know, just like that, I stopped. That was the first time that I really stopped. And then I would kind of like graze back in a little bit, and then I would remember like feeling so hungover, like 3 years ago when I really, you know, stopped, and this is the longest time without me drinking. And I don't particularly, I do miss wine. I love wine, to be honest. I love wine, and I've gone to wine tastings and I just drink and spit it out, and I'm cool with that. So I've kind of found what works for me, but it's different for everybody, right? I remember being in acting class, and my teacher was talking about alcohol, and she said, you know, there's a couple things in your life that are just always going to be unpredictable, and alcohol is one of them. And I just realized that, you know, it was really time to be done this time. But going through those phases, right, that was a part of my growth, right? Like maybe I had to go back to really realize that this was the right path for me, that this was a way forward. 3 years ago, when was the last time I quit? I was 24. And it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. At first it's hard because people are going out and they're drinking, and like you kind of feel left out and you kind of, I don't know, I kind of became more of a homebody, because like I would go to the bars, and then if I would meet people, they'd be like, oh, you know, can I get you a drink? Like, and I know I don't drink, and then it's just like a spiel, and it's just annoying to go somewhere where everyone is doing this thing and you're not, and then you kind of have to explain yourself, and I just got tired of explaining myself. So yeah, the bar scene isn't really for me anymore. But, you know, I've read a lot of books. Since then, I have tried a lot of things. I've started websites, companies. I've failed websites, companies. But I've done a lot of things, right? Because when you stop drinking, you gain all this time. You gain time. And it's like, what are you going to do with that time? And it doesn't mean that I've always used my time the best way. I used to feel really passionately about my quitting my alcohol. It was like the social media. I was like, I stopped and you did, you know? But as I get to know more people, who do still drink. And there's people that still drink that are just like me. In which case, maybe think about changing your relationship, because if you're going to jail and if you're messing up relationships because of alcohol, it's probably not worth it. But if you're someone who's always been a little more moderate, right? If you're someone who's never blacked out, if you don't embarrass yourself when you drink, if you actually just have a good time, alcohol is probably cool for you. Still not healthy, right? It's not healthy for anybody, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should stop drinking, right? This isn't for everybody. It's just not, and I don't think it needs to be. I think some people definitely need to take a look at it though, and ask if alcohol is impairing their ability to be their better self. If it's impairing their light. Because for me, it most certainly was. It most certainly was. And when I quit, I feel like a lot of things changed for me. And they were hard changes. They were not easy changes. Lost a lot of friends. But I know that it was the right decision for me. And yeah, I guess the point of this episode is, if you are someone who is more like me, a little more excessive, maybe just look at your habits and what you take into your body. And, maybe there's something so much better out there for you. And you could do so much more with, all the gifts that you've been given, but maybe alcohol is stopping you. We should all think a little more before taking in substances. Yeah. Even though I've taken in all the substances. By the way, I've taken in all of them. Well, not all of them, but I have tried most of them. And I wasn't thinking back then. I was completely unconscious all the time. So, maybe just a little more thought, a little more intention before doing those kinds of things. I don't know. Thank you for watching this episode. Again, if you did like it, please press like. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. I'm hoping that we can reach a lot of people, and I'm hoping that we can spread the light and let everyone ask the question, am I good enough? And let everyone answer, yes I am.